Well, I'm already in it once, and people are going to get sick of seeing me up there, but this is a special award, and I'm very honored for that. I mean, I have fought hard to get back, but a lot of therapists and nurse practitioners and doctors have helped, and God has gotten me back from where I was to where I am now.
This is a special group to be inducted with. What does it mean to you to be surrounded by all these guys right now?
Oh, any group for the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame is going to be outstanding, but I mean, Anthony Tolliver, 17 years or so in the NBA. I remember seeing him play in high school very well. Had him on Sports Talk many times, very thoughtful. Justin Britt, obviously, Seahawks, Super Bowl, Mizzou. Bob Belote, I was on the park board, not when he was the director, but a number of people here. I know about all of them and have admired their work, and it's an honor to be up there with them.
Every person we've interviewed talked about how, right, you can't cheat the grind, right? You've got to embrace doing the hard work. And that game prep, interviews, doing the telecast, etc. Why is it that truly, if you don't put in the work, you can't expect to do great things?
No, you can't. You can't just show up and to a thing like this even and be unprepared. You do, just like studying for a test in school. If you've done your homework, you've done your research, then you ought to feel good about your chances. And same thing with prepping for a Chiefs broadcast or prepping for a Bears game. And with my limitations, my wife, but especially my daughter, have been invaluable in that regard. And then my daughter is the stage manager there at all the games and the Chiefs games, handing me the copy, and she knows the routine and what has to happen. So they have been tremendous in assisting me to get back on the air.
I asked Tom this, but many of the people who are inducted are usually retired from their profession, sport, whatever it might be. Yeah. But you're still going at it, and even with your limitations, you said it's not stopping you. What makes you want to stay and do what you love?
Well, that was one of the motivations, really. I wanted to live, first of all, but to get back to Springfield and get back on the air, because the things that I really love doing on the air are Bears games and the Chiefs studio work. So we managed to make it on both of those, and I think it was a little rusty at the start. I think we've gotten a little stronger and a little bit more back to normal, but those were great motivating factors for me to get back.
Lastly, Art, everybody here has always, right, generally admired the work you've done, and I know that most like those guys, right, they don't do it for the individual accolades. So like Tom, why is it just fun to show up every day to do what we do? Why is it fun?
Well, love sports. I really knew in junior high I wanted to be a sportscaster. It's all I've ever wanted to do. And the play-by-play is what gets a lot of people into the business, and I was able to get into that really in high school. So I was very fortunate in that regard to be in a town big enough to have a radio station, but small enough to let a high school kid on the air. So I've gotten into it, and that's a big problem for people sometimes. How do you get into the industry? So I was very fortunate to get in at an early age.